Hello, friends. I'm Tom, 25 years old. America is where I was born and raised. Since childhood, I have been passionate about pursuing what I like. I hate confined life. I am passionate about art and desire to hold the camera in my hand. My hobby is traveling around the country taking beautiful pictures. I have been to Lake Tahoe, California, Grand Teton National Park, Utah, or the Keukenhof tulip fields in Lisse, in the Netherlands. These are beautiful views. The photos taken in are amazing pictures. My photography industry cannot lack a sharp camera. To me, it's like a best friend. The photos I took to the exhibition were greatly appreciated. For a photographer to take beautiful pictures of the soul is indispensable. However, in life, they cannot lack imprints marking their careers. And me too. My dream is to open a photo exhibition on a global scale. I will invite many experts or guests to evaluate it. But the bad thing is that my family doesn't want me to follow this artistic path. Especially my father wanted me to inherit and run my company. My parents set up a ceramic company very hard, so he put a lot of hope in me. On one of my home visits, my father and I talked frankly like two men. Still, he made me go to the company he worked for and did not want me to follow my photography interest because my father would not have anyone to replace him to run the company if he were old. Otherwise, he will for my face. I was so angry. Why did he keep telling me to do what he wanted? I also have a dream. I immediately left home and left. I want to pursue my passion instead of going back to my father's company to work. A month later, I received a phone call from my mother. My mother said I had to go home urgently. My father was not going to survive anymore. I immediately flew back to the U.S. to see him, and that was the last time I saw him. The last word my father told me was to protect his enthusiasm. That is a feeling I will never forget. Suddenly, I regretted being unable to be with my father more. Will I have grown and made the right choice? After taking care of my parents, I told the whole truth. The thing is, after hearing someone's phone call, Dad was shocked and had a heart attack. Then something bad happened. Since then, I have decided to go into the company to investigate. As a family-owned business, I was able to take the position of director. However, that is only temporary because shareholders will rely on 3 months of capacity assessment to see if I have the talent to sit on it or not. At first, I struggled to get used to the job. For example, I have to learn everything about pottery. Besides, I also have to find out all the records, statistics, and the list of customers of partner companies. However, after data, I realized one thing. The company's budget is running out for no reason, and the company's stake is pouring into one person. If there is no workaround, the company will fall into that person's hands. My father's enthusiasm would become nil. After a few weeks at the company, I realized that my father's company was divided into two camps. Half support my father, or now help me, half follow a man named James, who is currently a deputy director. Not long after the company went into a crisis, its capital was exhausted, but both the company and its employees worriedly still. But the company currently does not have enough capital to buy raw materials and pay workers. I am extremely deadlocked now. The phone rang, and on the other end was James, the company's deputy director. Instead of solving problems together, he said provocative words to me that, "Get out of the company, you'll be like your father." Speaking of which, I suddenly realized that my father's death was related to him. However, the urgent thing now is that I have to save the company. What I had never thought of to mortgage a car's house to save money for the company, now I had to do it. But that can only solve the immediate problem. Looking at pictures of Dad, I came up with an idea. I will combine creative arts in the business of promoting ceramic products nationwide with my forte. I quickly took my camera and ran down to the pottery factory. I have immersed myself in ceramic jugs of the soul into each picture, and then used the media to promote it. Hopefully, the company will attract more customers and more capital. Besides, I found old customers persuading them to take a little time back to fix the problem. Finally, my efforts have been paid off. The influence of the photos has attracted a lot of investors. The company has been restored to my happiness. It is possible that after this, batch of shareholders will look at it so that I will take over as director. While everyone was congratulating me on saving the company, a small part was angry about it. When I passed by the deputy director's room, I heard very shocking things. James and a few other shareholders are talking about my father. Oh no! It turned out that the person who called my father was James, whom my father trusted. He withdrew the company's capital to buy shares to usurp the company my father had built. I was stunned and will make him pay for what I have done. My 3-month probation has ended, and today the company will meet to make a decision. I have received many compliments from shareholders. I think his father's company inheritance is certain. Yet everything changed differently. James and his men opposed him sharply. He nominated himself to the position of director. This surprised everyone. But it was not natural for him to make such a reckless decision. But he had very well prepared. The number of shares he holds in the company is the highest. It is undeniable if it is calculated that the position of director belongs to James. But he made a mistake that he despised me so much. I recorded the conversation between James and the shareholders on his side. James has admitted to blocking the company's capital and is the cause of my father's death. The recording that played throughout the room was startling and angry. Not only that, but I also have enough evidence to prove that James has withdrawn money from the company without any legal reason. The looks of James and his accomplices were terrified. Their eyes glanced sideways and were about to flee the meeting room. However, new jobs were in my arrangement. The police are already waiting outside. As long as the truth is revealed, the police will do their duty. And so, James and his accomplices were arrested. They will have to go to jail to repent of the bad deeds they have done. I became the official director, and the company has returned to normal operation. Not only that, under my management, but the company has also grown tremendously. The company has signed many contracts and is interested in many customers. I am happy to be able to help the company overcome difficulties and arrest the bad guys who hurt my father. Now that I can face my father, he will no longer worry about me. So is his concern. After this incident, I learned many valuable lessons, but most importantly, respect and love your family while you can.